Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I am Jessica, and as you saw by the title, today we are talking about ethical non-monogamy. Basically, you can cheat without cheating. So I'm going to break down polygamy, polyamory, polyandry. I mean, there's so many polys, we got to get into it. So we are getting into the terminology of the poly world. What does polyamory really look like? Let's take a deep dive into polyamory. It's a form of ethical non-monogamy where all parties agree that you can have more than one romantic partner at a time. The main one that everybody is looking for, but they don't know what it's called, is a unicorn. You guys hit me so much in my DMs and in the comments and messages to me saying, how do I find that third person? Whether it's male or female, where do we go? What websites? What parties? How do you find people? How do you link up and find that third person or fourth person or fifth person? So they're called a unicorn. And it's a lot of ways to find a unicorn, but I definitely talk about that in another video. And maybe I'll link it down below if I remember. Monogamish, a semi-committed relationship between two people. After unicorn, monogamish, it means you are somewhat monogamous. You have a primary partner, a main partner, but y'all are doing things on the side, on occasions, or y'all talk about it before, but it's somewhat mainly monogamous, but it's a little bit of non-monogamy. So they call it monogamish. And another version of monogamish is don't ask, don't tell. We do our thing when we're together, and when we're not together, don't ask me and I'm not going to tell you. So you got the don't ask, don't tell type of situations, which is monogamish. You know, but you don't know. You don't want to know. An open relationship is an agreement that both parties can date and be intimate with other people. Open. An open relationship is basically bust wide open. You can connect with other people on an emotional level. You can connect with them on a physical, spiritual level. It's kind of open. You're in an open relationship. I know you're going to date other people. You know I'm going to date other people. So we're cool with that. Sometimes the primary couple stays together. Sometimes in an open relationship, it doesn't work out and you break up. So just because it's an open relationship doesn't mean it never ends or they never have problems. They have problems, and sometimes people in open relationships get divorced or they break up. So none of these types of relationships are foolproof from it blowing up in your damn face. All these situations can blow up in your face. A regular marriage or a relationship can blow up in your damn face. So don't get it twisted. This is perfect world, perfect case, best case scenario. So moving on from open relationship to swingers. Swingers, a couple that brings in another person or persons for physical enjoyment. Swingers is about the physical mainly. They want an extra person or persons to join them. It could be in a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. It could be marriage. It could be a situationship. It doesn't even have to be a real serious relationship, but you want to bring people in to whatever level. It could just be touching. It could just be oral, or it could be a full swap. But that is swinging. And threesomes fall into swinging, but that's just physical. It's not a three-way relationship. So let's make that clarification. Polygamy, the illegal act of marrying two or more people at the same time. Polygamy. This is the one that is illegal. You cannot marry two people at the same time, legally married down at the courthouse. And I'm talking in the United States. I can't speak for anywhere else because this is where I'm at. But I know all 50 states, including Puerto Rico, 51st state, you can't marry two people at the same time. So polygamy is not legal. Polyamory is legal, meaning one person has two partners or they're involved in a multi-person relationship. But you're either only married to one person on paper or you're married to nobody on paper. So those relationships can work, but they can also blow up in your face. I'm not going to sit here and deny that jealousy happens. Jealousy can happen in a one-on-one situation. So when you add plenty of people, shit can get wild. It can go crazy. For real, can you imagine the arguments? It's toxic with two people, but you add a third person to a damn argument. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not do a polyamorous situation. Let me know in the comments if you could do polyamory. I can't, and it's not because I'm jealous and I'm selfish. I just wouldn't want to deal with another person. For me, it's hard enough to learn the idiosyncrasies and the little quirks and shit about people. And when you live with them, especially, I don't want to live with a third person. I got a man or a woman. I don't want to live with a third person. One person and my kids is good enough for me. I can check that box and I'm good. After polyamory is polyandry. Polyandry, a relationship where the woman is the primary partner with two or more male partners. I stand corrected if I'm saying it wrong, but it's polyandry. And this is when the woman has more than one male partner. Prime example, Passion Jones. She's a YouTuber. Shout out Passion Jones. And she has a husband and a boyfriend, and she has children with both. This is the only one that I've seen where you got kids from both people. So you really entangled, you really enmeshed. So that's polyandry when the woman does it, which doesn't happen often. I would say maybe 90% of the time is polyamorous as opposed to polyandry. So yeah, boo, that's another one. When the woman is the freak and wild and want all the dick. Okay. Now, this one is a big umbrella. Polyfidelity includes a triad, a throuple, a quad, or more, and it's a closed relationship. A throuple, triad, or polyfidelity. This means all three, four, whatever. Well, three. We'll just stick to three. Triad, polyfidelity, and a throuple. It means that everybody, all three people are in the relationship together. They can't be with anybody else but each other. Now, some people have rules that it all has to be together every time. Some people, go off in different sections of the house and it's one-on-one. It just depends on how you set up your throuple or your triad. But that's what it is. It's a closed polyamorous relationship. That's what I was looking for. A closed polyamorous relationship. So that's another way to look at it.
This is an in real life moment.
Like I was saying, a quad. I have heard of people, girls and men, being in a quad relationship. It sounds crazy, but this can be with everybody single. The times that I've seen it, everybody was single. Nobody was married, and they were all in a relationship together. So it was a closed quad. It happens. Don't get mad at the messenger. I'm just telling you. I don't do it. I'm just telling you. But some people feel like that works for them. 4 people in a relationship. Not for me. Moving on. Hierarchy and anarchy. This sound like some Game of Thrones type stuff, but it just means that in a hierarchy, one person or the main couple is in control and makes the rules. And then anarchy, everybody is pretty much equal. Nobody holds all the power. There is also hierarchy and anarchy. I don't know if you call it polyanarchy or whatever the hierarchy structure in a poly relationship. So sometimes everybody makes decisions together. Hey, if you don't agree, if she don't agree, we won't do it until everybody agrees or we come to common ground. Now, the other side of that is the primary significant other. They both get to make the decisions, and the unicorn or the third person, the third wheel, like we say in real life, they don't get to call any shots. They just get to provide pleasure and receive pleasure. I couldn't be in that one at all. At all. I don't get no say so, but you have some people that are submissive that don't want to say so. I'm a dom sub. I got a little bit of dominant traits, a little bit of submissive traits, but mostly dominant. So that wouldn't work for me. So then you have what they call the secondary significant other. And if you have a third, the secondary will call more shots than the tertiary or third person. I know I'm getting real technical with these terms, but I'm familiar because this is what I went to school for. I didn't go to school for polyamory, but I went to school for health and wellness. Damn, I can't talk today. Health and wellness. So I have a health education and kinesiology degree. So don't come for me in the comments saying I don't know what I'm talking about. I definitely do know what I'm talking about and have a degree to back it up. So argue with your mama. I hope these definitions helped you. I don't care if you're poly, monogamish, or if you're in a throuple. Do what works for you. Do what you're comfortable with and have fun. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.